What's good? Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Nick. So today it's time for another Tea Talk, aka Nika's News. All right, so everybody has heard about the new changes with the SSA, Social Security. Okay, so every time you turn around, Donald Trump and Elon Musk are making changes. They keep saying it's not going to affect Social Security, but they keep trying to find different ways to make people comply and not comply. And if you don't comply, you have restrictions of getting your Social Security benefits taken away. And it's just, they're trying to find loopholes to get rid of Social Security. Pretty much, long story short. Okay. So I'm going to show you here. This is actually, I'm going to talk about pros and cons because it's not technically a bad policy to put in effect, but it just hurts certain people. So now there, in order for you to continue to get your Social Security for new people and for current people, you just pretty much have to go to the Social Security office. That seems simple, right? Just simple. Just go to the office, verify your identity, show you are who you are, and then that's it. But the only thing about that is for people who are like not mobile, who are handicapped, who are truly, bedridden. They have issues getting to the office to do this. For people who are blind, they have issues getting to the office to do this. They might not have anybody that's going to help them get to the office. For people who don't drive or have any type of transportation, they may not have Medicaid transportation or have money for taxi cabs, and they may be in an area where taxi cabs are not even available. So this hurts different people. For people who live in rural areas, country areas and stuff like that. For people who have SSA offices that are like 2 hours, 3 hours away, even an hour away. People got to find transportation to get there. And then once you get there, you got to sit in line or sit in the building for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, waiting for them to get to your name. Of course, you're hungry. You need to leave to eat. You know what I mean? You might have to use a bathroom. I mean, anything could happen and you sitting in here for 2-3 hours. You might need your medication. You might need oxygen tank. I mean, anything. It's so many things that applies to different people in the world. And they're requiring you to come to the office to verify your identity. Now, like I said, this is a good thing because there are people out here scamming. You know what I mean? People out here taking people's money for Social Security. These people could have been dead for 2-3 months, 2-3 years. Who knows? And you've been getting their money. And nobody don't even know that they're not even here. They might not even live with you, or the money could have been going to somebody else's accounts and they just didn't know it. So I do agree with the whole verify your identity in person, but they should put some, restrictions and things in place for people who are, different situations for different people. Okay. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and show you here. This is going to be short, simple, straight to the point. I'm just going to pretty much show you what I saw online in regards to this. And I'm going to just read straight through it, exactly the requirements now. And everybody knows for people who have those SSA accounts online, which I do have an account as well. So for people who have those accounts online, you can go up there and request documents, request different things. But that is no longer allowed now. You can still use it, but you cannot use it to verify your identity. So if you have to make a change on your account or update something, you have to physically go in person and do all of that. And of course, if you get it underneath somebody else, if you're like their rep payee on their account, or if you are, like the mother of a 5-year-old or something, of course, you have to drag your kid in there with you while they're screaming for 2 or 3 hours. Because they have to verify this child is yours, so things like that. My son constantly screaming, so yeah, I have to drag him in there with me to verify his identity. So that kind of hurts other people. It hurts me to have to drag him in there, but at the same time, hey, it is what it is. And if we're gonna be in there screaming, he's just gonna be in there screaming. And also one more thing too. So for people who don't know, now the offices are making you have an appointment. You can't just physically get up, get up right now, just walk onto the office and go on in. You have to physically call and make an appointment. And when you make an appointment, those appointment dates are going out for months. They are months long. So with that being said, Call them up, make an appointment if you need to, but it could take months for you to get in. And the reason why they are doing that is because Donald Trump's administration fired how many people? 7,000 SSA workers over this whole trying to cut the budget, trying to figure out ways to get around paying anybody or, spending money. So that's hurting everybody, okay? Not just you, not just me, everybody. So, like I say, long wait times, long appointment times for you to get in the office. And then once you get in the office, you're going to be sitting in the office for a while. And then when you do show up without an appointment, they hurry up and rush you out the door. So you might as well make an appointment so you can get the assistance you need. But yeah, anyway, go ahead and take a look at what I'm going to say here. And that's pretty much it. Straight to the point.
New requirement to keep Social Security benefits starting in April. Beneficiaries must verify their identity in person to continue receiving payments. So, starting in April, all beneficiaries who register for the first time or who have to make a change will have to verify their identity in person at official offices in order to continue receiving monthly payments. The new rule applies to both new applicants and current beneficiaries. This new measure, introduced by the Trump administration and Dodge, aims to strengthen the oversight of federal spending and reduce fraud within the Social Security system. Those who fail to complete this step could lose access to their benefits, as unverified accounts may be flagged as inactive or fraudulent. So, in-person identity verification starts in April, led by Donald Trump and overseen by Elon Musk. The Department of Government Efficiency, which is known as Dodge, is enforcing this policy following internal claims that the Social Security Administration had been issuing payments under the names of deceased individuals. The new process is designed to prevent such errors and tighten control over public funds. So, starting in April, online identity verification through the SSA website will no longer be accepted. Failure to complete this verification process could result in the suspension or termination of monthly benefits, as the system will treat unverified accounts as suspicious or inactive. So just to go over these quick facts real quick, the new SSA identity rule. The start date is in April of 25. Who's affected? All Social Security recipients. What's required? In-person identity verification only. You can no longer use the online verification SSA website. The risk is loss of benefits if not verified, and the main concern is for seniors and people in rural areas, so rural residents. Elderly and rural residents could face disadvantages. Thousands of vulnerable beneficiaries could be affected, especially seniors living in remote or underserved areas who may struggle to reach SSA offices. The issue is compounded by the recent layoff of more than 7,000 SSA employees, a move that may cause additional delays and long wait times for those trying to comply with the new rule. Many Americans now face uncertainty as their continued access to Social Security benefits depended on completing an in-person verification, a step that for some could prove difficult or even impossible.